Well, it seems like everything is going crazy at the moment in every single market. The food market, real estate market, mortgage market, the war, the economy, everything. Everything is going crazy. But today, though, I will share with you what is going on specifically in Chatham County, Georgia. That means Savannah, when it comes to the housing market. Okay, so stay tuned. All right, let's get started. Now, I will divide this video into three categories, right? We have the past, the present, and the future. That way, you know what's going on right now, how did we get here, and maybe know what's gonna happen later. Okay, that's the whole point of this video. Now, every category, we'll break it down into the market type, interest rates, months of inventory, and pretty much the sales activity, okay? Now, I'm gonna start by saying that I'm gonna be throwing some numbers. I'm gonna be throwing some statistics, and I know that's boring for a lot of people, but I need you to have a point of reference. That way you understand where I'm coming from, okay? Right now we're facing a seller's market. Now, in order for me to know that, all I have to do is take a look at the supply and demand. Right now, houses are still getting multiple offers, and the inventory that we have is only 1.78 months, okay? So that means that if we don't have any more listings coming up on the market, we will run out of houses in about 1.78 months. So just so you have a point of reference and understand, in order for the market to be balanced, it would have to be about 5 or 6 months of inventory, okay? And we only have about 1.7, okay? So that gives you a reference point. We are on a seller's market. Now, when it comes to prices, right now the price median is sitting at 292,000. Just listen to that, 292,000. Now, when you compare that to last year, there is a difference of 13.6%. So that means that all of the values of the houses as a whole, the collective market went up 13.6% in Chatham County. So that's not good news for the buyers. It is actually good news only for the sellers, okay? And as you know, that is not the only thing that is going bad for the buyers, since the interest rates were actually up. Right now, they're sitting at 4.85%, which is actually pretty crazy when you compare them to last year, which I think they were at 3.17 or so, right? So that's a huge difference on borrowing money, right? So it's getting more and more expensive for the buyer on both sides, the prices and the interest rates. Now, if you are a homeowner who is looking to sell, don't get too excited yet, because I'm about to explain something later. But before I do that, let's talk about what happened in the past. Okay, so I remember in 2020 and 2021, everybody was complaining that it was too tough for buyers. It was too crazy. Prices are going up. The market is too fast, right? You put a property on the market and they have 18 offers on day number one, right? So everything was absolutely insane for the buyers. So at that moment though, they had the advantage that the interest rates were down. They were a lot lower, actually historic levels on how low they were, okay? Now we don't have that. Now we have less inventory. We have higher prices. We have higher interest rates, okay? So we went from a market in the past that apparently was bad to one that is actually even worse for the buyers. And that takes me to the next point, which is, okay, if we came from a market that apparently was horrible for buyers to one that is even worse, what's gonna happen next, right? So what's gonna happen in the future? So let's talk about the future now. So the first question I wanna answer when it comes to the future is, should I buy a house or should I just wait? My answer to that question is pretty much the same, right, for everybody. It depends on your plans. Are you planning on staying on that house for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, right? Because if that's the case, I don't see a problem with it. But if you're looking to just buy a house and maybe sell it in about 2 years, 3 years. For example, let's say you're in the military, you're moving here to Hunter Army Airfield or to Fort Stewart, and you're trying to buy a house right now just because you don't want to live on post, you don't want to waste money on rent, but then you're going to PCS in about 2 years, 3 years. Are you going to be able to sell it and get all of your money back? The question is probably not, because who knows what's going to happen? Nobody knows what's going to happen. Now, I could potentially tell you what might happen, right? Based on what's going on right now with the interest rates, right? So let's just take a look at it based on supply and demand. Economy 101. Interest rates go up. So what is the consequence of the interest rates going up? A lot of buyers will be disqualified. A lot of buyers are not going to be able to afford the monthly payments, which therefore they're not going to make offers on the houses. Now, what happens when people are not making offers on houses? The inventory will continue to go up, up, and up. People are going to start making lowball offers, and the real estate prices are going to be going sideways instead of just up, right? So you have the up, the sideways, and then after the sideways, you might go down. That's what usually happens. If you just look at the historical charts, that's what you see. Now, am I saying that that's going to happen? No, I'm just saying based on what's going on right now, interest rates go up, and as a consequence, a lot of buyers are not going to be able to buy the house, right? And one thing leads to the next. So that's what I'm saying. So if you want to do your own research on the market, just take a look at how much inventory we have at the moment, how much are the interest rates, how many people are getting multiple offers, what's going on, etc. Okay, because it's not up to me to tell you what's going to happen, because as you can see, everybody has different opinions. But the main thing that I want to tell you is basically, if you're looking to buy a house and you're looking to just move in a few years, this might not be the market for you. So just stay away, just wait and see what's going to happen. Now, if you're a seller, your chances of getting the best price ever are probably coming to an ending, just to let you know. And you already know why. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Now, a good question that I got asked by buyers actually a few times this week, it was, okay, let's say as a worst case scenario, if I buy a house, right? If I buy a house right now and 3 years from now, I need to move and I need to sell that house. Let's say the market went down, what should I do? The answer is this, right? If you have to sell, let's say you don't want to keep it as a rental, because that's what I would do. I would just keep it as a rental, let somebody else pay the mortgage, and just wait for the market to go up again. That's what I would do. Now, let's say that you have to sell and you want to sell. In that case, if the market already went down, right? Let's say you bought it for $300, now your home is worth $280, right? There's a $20,000 gap right there. If you don't have enough equity on the house, you would need approval from the bank in order for you to sell the house for less money than what you owe them. Make sense? So that means that is called a short sale. You can Google it. I'm not gonna go deep into it right now, but it's called a short sale. That means that you're gonna sell the home for less money than what you owe on your mortgage. So that's what it would happen. Now, I would never do that unless that would be like the worst case scenario. So in that case, I would just keep the property as a rental, just move out of it, and do my thing. That's what I would do. Now, for all of those sellers that ask me, what can I do if I wanted to actually sell it right now, but I'm afraid of not finding a replacement home? What should I do? Now, I don't know if you've heard this, but there is something called a lease back. That means that you actually sell your house, but you become a tenant of the new buyer, meaning you don't give them the key at closing. You actually stay in your house either for a few weeks or a few months. Who knows if you can sell it to an investor, right? There's a lot of people that are still investing in real estate. So you can maybe sell your house to an investor, become a tenant in your house for a few months, and then later find another property. Now, is that the moment to do that? Again, it depends on your situation. Are you willing to overpay? Are you willing to compete with other buyers, bidding wars, all of that? Or are you willing to have the interest rate of the new mortgage? Let's say, for example, because the interest rate right now is at 4.85, which is crazy. So should you do that? Probably not. So that answers that. Again, guys, this is just a quick real estate market update for Chatham County. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment below. If you need any help, you can either text me, send me an email, and we go from there, okay? So thank you. Take care.